Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and furthermore, welcome back to yet another exciting Godzilla figure review. Today we're taking a look at the Godzilla King of the Monsters Monsterverse Ultimate Titan Battle Damage Reveal King Ghidorah figure from Playmates Toys. Wow, that was a mouthful. You can see King Ghidorah there looking pretty cool and scary. You can see Godzilla King of the Monsters there, a nice image of King Ghidorah looking pretty badass. Ultimate Titan King Ghidorah with Battle Damage Reveal. And then on the top of the box here, you can see King Ghidorah there, a Warbat, Godzilla, King Kong, Mecha Godzilla. So pretty cool. And then the side says Monsterverse. This side of the box has Godzilla King of the Monsters. The other side of the box says King Ghidorah. And then the back of the box has a pretty interesting read-up. It's very generic, but I guess it kind of sums up the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters. The monsters of ancient myths and legends are real and battle for dominance across the world. And then you have a nice glamour shot of King Ghidorah there in the ruins of what I would presume to be Boston towards the end of the film, right before he gets his ass beat by Godzilla, the true King of the Monsters. Monarch classification, Monster 0, Battle Damage Reveal, Godzilla King of the Monsters. So that pretty much wraps up the packaging of this here Monsterverse Battle Damage Reveal Ultimate Titan King Ghidorah. And yeah, I'm not going to waste any more of you guys' time looking at the box. I cannot wait to get this guy unboxed and we'll take a closer look at him. So without further ado, I'm going to take a few minutes to do that. Don't go away, there's more figure review to be had. Alright, here is King Ghidorah out of the packaging. Now before we start off the video, I just want to say something real quick. This doesn't really apply to any kids watching, but it does apply to the collectors. So for you collectors who are listening, this guy is a shelf warmer. And what I mean by that is that his wings, they do not move. They do not have any articulation to them. So he's going to need a lot of space because of his wings just permanently being splayed out. So I just wanted to bring that up. If you have a huge figure display, you're going to have to find a way to squeeze this guy in there because he needs a lot of space. Anyway, for articulation, each of the heads is on a ball joint and can do a sideways exorcist here. And each of the necks is on a individual ball joint. So here you can see they rotate and move up and down. You gotta create clearance between each of the necks to get it to work, but it does do that rotation. So that's pretty cool for each of the heads. Just get them angled back so they look somewhat normal. And then the legs, obviously, kick forward and back on both sides. The tails are on the same sort of ball joint system that the necks were. You can turn them all around, and then they move up and down as well. So, not the craziest articulation, but this is just a kid's style figure. This isn't like super collector orientated. You can buy this at Walmart or at Toys R Us. And of course, he does also have the battle damage feature where you can expose gruesome flesh wounds. But because King Ghidorah does have healing factor on steroids, you can easily fix that by just putting it back into place, and it fits nicely. You can barely see it. When it comes to colors for this guy, it's pretty simple. It's just this kind of mustard yellow color, this brownish yellow color, which I think is fine. I guess we'll compare it to King Ghidorah's arch nemesis, the true king of the monsters, Godzilla. So here he is next to Godzilla, and they're about the same size. I would have liked them to make King Ghidorah maybe slightly bigger, because in King of the Monsters, King Ghidorah is massive. He's even bigger than Godzilla was, which made him even more of a threat and a danger if Godzilla was not able to defeat him. But you can see how they look compared to one another. For my first King Ghidorah figure in my Godzilla and Kaiju collection, I think this isn't a bad figure to get. It's pretty affordable, only retailing for about 20 bucks. So it's not bad, although obviously I would have preferred a fancier, more collector-orientated version of King Ghidorah. But for the first King Ghidorah figure in my collection, this ain't bad. But I guess we'll go into some actual proper size comparisons, so you can see King Ghidorah next to some of the other Playmates Godzilla figures. First up for comparison, here is King Ghidorah next to fellow dragon kaiju Tiamat, and these two look absolutely awesome together. I'm just so happy that we did get figures in the Playmates Kaiju Godzilla line of the two dragons we've seen in the Monsterverse. This is so cool, and they look great next to one another. Here is King Ghidorah next to Shimo, King Ghidorah next to Warbat, and finally, here is King Ghidorah next to the rehashed version of Atomic Breath Godzilla that they released for the Godzilla Kong: The New Empire toy line. All things considered, I absolutely love this Playmates Monsterverse King Ghidorah figure. I think it's awesome, and I've wanted for a while now to have a version of King Ghidorah, specifically Monsterverse King Ghidorah, in my Godzilla and Kaiju collection, and now I finally have one. Yes, it's nothing too fancy, no grand paint design or articulation, but it's still a really cool figure, and I like it. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.